that would further divide us. We do not need to be calling each other names that would further divide us. The country is already too polarized. What we need are things that would try to heal those rifts and bring us together as one people. I don't know the author, but I'll encourage the person to do what Gambians would normally do when mistakes are made. We ask each other for forgiveness, we express regret in what we have done, and we try to forge ahead as a people. And I would encourage all and sundry to do that. If the person thought the person was taking a side for me or in defense of me, I don't think this is the right way, and I do not endorse it. I, in fact, deplore it. And I wish to state that this kind of language is toxic and is not suitable for our national discourse. The whole essence of the TRRC is to bring people together and not to divide and separate us. This kind of language does not help in that exercise. So I would encourage all to desist from addressing each other, one another, in this kind of language or in this kind of way. If we all address each other respectfully, and if we all try to tolerate our differences and know that there are bound to be differences, if we all address each other with respect and try to embrace one another, I think we would forge stronger bonds amongst ourselves. And I discourage this kind of language and this kind of behavior towards one another. And I sincerely hope that this commission would no longer have any cause to address any posts or statements that relate to the TRRC work, which is couched in this type of language. I thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for giving me the opportunity to say this. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. May we proceed then, please?
And just to cap it, the witnesses who come here are not our enemies. The witnesses who come here are all our brothers and our sisters. We are all one and the same people. We are just doing this exercise to find out the mistakes that happen in this country with a view to solving those problems in the future, with a view to avoiding them for the future. We are not here to castigate one another. We are not here to call each other names. We are not here to label one another. That does not help the national discourse. That does not help reconciliation. That does not help healing. For those who think that this is supportive of the work of the TRRC, it's a big mistake. The TRRC would always condemn this kind of behavior. What would help the work of the TRRC is calls for reconciliation, calls for truth, calls for honesty, and calls for unity amongst all of us as one people. Thank you. Mr. Witness, kindly take the oath. I, Lamin Sonko.
Mr. Lamin Sonko.
Mr. Lamin Sonko.
Do swear that. Mben kalila ko.
I'll speak the truth.
Mbeto nyale fola.
The whole truth.
Tonya damma.
And nothing but the truth.
Ndunte fem fola men manke tonyati.
Inshallah. So help me God.
Woto alama ala yendema. Inshallah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Witness. Welcome to the TRRC.
Baraka bake selo be bismillah la TRRC jam.
Yawon fadallah baraka bake alimbara la baraka.
Also returning the thanks to you all
Thank you for agreeing to testify before the commission.
Baraka bake ila songo kang pour kanana jang pour que la sede andiro di.
Alfanaya baraka pour kan kumandinga na mabe jambi. Thanks to all of you too for requesting for my presence here today.
May I remind you that it is a criminal offense to lie on the oath in this country.
Matongi hakilo bulani ko communique kali kadiam omo feni dimiya ko nim banko kan loi man songa
Ka kuma soto balo fo li kali foka pare loi balanta wala le. Bari ala la folo balanta la nunta mo talibon tindunga wala. I happen to be a disciple of the Islamic religion, and I know that, and this is something that Allah himself detests.
It is also an offense to provide false evidence or information to the commission.
anu fana fenni mi alonko loi man songa la yekuma fojang mi alonko islata ko ko kuma man ketonyati.
Inshallah mamira ubekala. By the grace of Allah, I don't think that will happen.
You are called here today to testify about the events of 12 April 2016.
Ne komandi jambi pour yana diam kula mi alonko wala kata
14 April 2016.
April kalo tiltan nanon 2016.
That demonstration that was organized by Solo Sandeng and other supporters of the UDP.
Wala comme demonstration mi alonko wala kata Solo Sandeng mi kana monyol.
And the events that took place at the NIA concerning yourself and other people with whom you were detained there.
Anu fana ko minata brawo no ma wato mi alonko yal mutabe NIA sanzonkon.
We take cognizance of the fact that Solo Sandeng was also allegedly taken to the NIA.
Anu vi fana ngalon ko Solo Sandeng ya tumira ko inania sambano NIA le.
This matter is in court at the moment.
And
for that reason, we don't want to get into that particular issue. So we would just address what happened to you and the other people you were with at that time. You understand?
Yeah, no, yes, I understand.
You have also provided extensive information as to how you came to be involved with the UDP and how you rose along in the party ranks.
Yes, I understand.
But in view of the time, we would reduce that part of your testimony and focus mainly on what happened on April 14 onwards.
April 14. Alhamdulillah, inshallah. Thanks to Allah, as far as you want it that way, we will go along that line.
Thank you very much, Mr. Witness.
Thank you too.
And before you respond to questions, please allow for a little time between your speech and that of the interpreter.
Inshallah, I will do that.
Thank you very much. What are your full names, Mr. Witness?
Tony Foba. Lamin Sonko. My name is Lamin Sonko.
Are you known by another name?
Hi, William Falanti. Yes, they call me Falang.
And you are a politician, aren't you?
And I'm a politician to Kodi.
Yes, I'm a politician.
And you belong to the United Democratic Party?
United Democratic Party.
Yes, that's true.
And in fact, you are the chairman of the party in the New Joshua constituency.
Chairman of the party new constitution.
New
Joshua constitution.
That's true.
You took over from Alaji Masane Chati.
Alaji Masane Chati la pala solita.
Ha wala adilla wala ntonyati. That's true. I took over from him.
In fact, you have occupied several positions in the UDP.
Ndum fange place jamal fango sotol munde UDP party yokono.
Wole keta wole ntonyati. That's true.
Sorry, just a moment. National Youth Coordinator.
Funding killed National Youth Coordinator.
Wole ntonyati. That's true.
And just one constituency coordinator.
Just one constituency coordinator.
Wole ntonyati. That's true.
And you were appointed to these positions by the party itself.
And nimpala so yemin certain party fangole tombon kadilela.
Wole ntonyati. That's true.
You have participated in several rallies or demonstrations by members of the UDP party.
Dabo to rally jamalto aning meeting jamalto ni UDP party la kuolo.
Wole ntonyati. That's true.
In fact, a few examples would be a rally that you held supposedly without a permit, as a result of which Femi Peters late was arrested and detained.
Mia sento mujibe alera ledo fango kenon ne mia lonko imang lansino dia la fo nyin Femi Peters nata na bango kono to nyalon ko
Femi Peters inata muta ya asindi dula kilingo kamala. Ha wole ntonyati. Yeah, that's true.
Also, there was this meeting you had in Tujereng, which also was supposed to have been carried out without a permit, and some arrests were made.
anin ko take alle meeting do fanan kenum tujereng ando fanan al yakino nan dum permit almam permit soto ando nyan national ton fanan muta o watol kono kodi
Bari Tujereng to the general attorney. Madiana. Yeah, it's not up Tujereng, it was at Madiana.
But you were taken to Tujereng police station.
bare natal samba tujereng police station.
Ha wole ntonyati. That's true.
There was also this issue of the meetings in SL, wherein the UDP insisted that it would carry out its rallies in SL with or without permits. Correct?
Ni kusifa fana kita SL ma fangoto o UDP fana ya foto ko itol bele mitino kala ando ite permit fana
Halu ko bele mitino kala ye permito soto bang e ma soto bang itol bele mitino kala. Wole ntonyati. That's true.
In fact, some between say 2015 and 2014 and 2016, the UDP exercised its freedom to assembly, to peaceably assembly, with or without a permit, which brought it into confrontation with the security authorities. Correct?
ko 2015 kata 2016 UDP natal loka foko itol bela kule kala le permito soto e ma soto onata ke no saboti alning security tema
2014 lam kata 2016. Wole ntonyati. That's quite true.
And in April, some members of the UDP decided to stage a protest against certain changes that were being made in the electoral law. Correct?
silang April 14 modo lu UDP patil kono nataje ko be balamba yakirale kaje ko kuli man de falinta carte fawla koto min man die so ko do balamba yakirale to nyalo
Wole ntonyati. That's true.
Could we start your testimony from there?
silang naftela yela sediaro commencé wodulandu
Yo, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Nga commencé du ajumatu April 14 bang fo ñu mënu be sata.
April 14.
Between yes, okay. I want to know exactly where I stood. Akoba damutala April
The reasons behind April 14 and how things unfolded on April 14.
ko ko mi minde miat na fo aliyo ko sa ke balamba yake fo mun na ta ke ko no fana
bonne
commencé
Nin combat datula April 14 fangoto. We want to start exactly on April 14. Be ko do tula koma wal be kuma ya balal balin si domandum ma dron tariyarin ke janne be fotala April 14. If we do that, we will leave some very important things behind If it is possible, I can touch on those some of those important things then and come to April 14th.
Let's do that only to set context into what happened on April 14th.
Okay, pourquoi kandi mune natake April 14 sangala
na kenya ko ya fote nyami bar bituna be kala dalilu leti dalilu min ya lon ko wolle be dendin kulula min natake April karotil tan amin nani April 14
Yon santo on tonyati.
Yes, I agree to that.
Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.
Thanks to Allah.
Mbe jama mo be kontonna.
My greetings to everybody.
Mbe lamor laal be kontonna.
Greetings to the audience and
Gambia dingol be kontonna.
greetings to all Gambians.
No ala sonta.
By the grace of Allah,
Mbe mol fola.
what I'm going to say
Abe kala tonya
is
dambalti.
going to be the truth
Aninka itandi menketa.
and to show people what has happened.
Bao kabri yente ke youth coordinator ti.
Because since I was made a youth coordinator,
Inamananke youth coordinator ti yedone kati no wale mbuna mbaska njurati.
before I was made a youth coordinator, somebody else was in that position called Bunambas Kanjura.
Kakuol tariandi wotata APRC.
To make things shorter, he left and went to the APRC.
Yente ke youth coordinator ti.
That's how I became the youth coordinator.
Na meeting follow men kumandi.
First meeting I called,
Nko yenne ko.
what I told them was,
Ntenga mello.
what I know,
Ani sonta menna.
and what I agree to.
Bao ya jame ko.
Because Yaya Jammeh said,
Akate anione la.
he said he risked his life
Ayenye mbanko soto.
to take this country.
Bari kidole bate bulu.
But he was having a gun.
Bari nimmel lafta nyembanko la fana.
But anybody who wants to take this country
Ibe nione lala.
have to risk your life
Yenye mbanko soto.
to get this country.
Kabri yenke youth coordinator ti.
So since I was made a youth
Ko
coordinator,
ye ko.
I told them,
Kuma kensa wote ya jame bondi la jambi.
empty words will not remove Yaya Jammeh.
Nimme ya nuya fana ko.
And if everybody thinks that,
Ko Allahumma salone be ni ya jame talala.
that it is just prayers that will remove Yaya Jammeh from,
Ike fanne nene.
you are fooling yourself.
Nilamu tuwa kumandi.
Then I called for a meeting.
Nko ye ko.
I told them,
Ntela constitution o fengo fendinna.
the constitution that empowers, the empowerment I get from the constitution,
Ndo kelale.
I will do that.
Nimmem sonta.
Whether anybody agrees to it,
Nal be duko kela wala nyama.
we will work together.
Nal man son.
If you don't agree to that,
Wotonte be alla place o selal mane.
then I will return your position to you.
E konye kono ala sonta.
He told me by the grace of Allah,
Mbe sonna wala
we
ni.
will agree to that.
Wala tina kabringa dati.
This is why since we began,
Nko.
I said,
Yambali television ona.
they refused us to appear on TV.
Yambali radio la.
Same thing applies to the radio.
Bare manyan nambali la katamo olukanka kumaye.
But they cannot stop us from going to the people and talk to them.
Woto alinga dati katamo olukanka kumaye.
Then let's start going to the people and talk to them.
Nko Mr. Dabo fanaeko.
I said to Mr. Dabo,
Sango sang.
every year,
Sanji lulo.
every 5 years,
Sampai watu damare teka banko yara.
it is only during campaign time that you tour the country.
Ikata amonu wali.
You go and meet the people.
Wale nkome nisula tuela karteola.
That's when you need their votes.
Wefanabe danale.
That will end.
Hanna bekela sango sang hanni mantano sinyafula.
Every year, even if we cannot tour the country on
O sanjifula
or every 2 years,
Fanankata amonu muru.
we should go round.
Mr. Nadalino Foye.
Mr.
Witness, all that is really interesting. But let's just go directly to the main issue. Alright. What were the reasons for the April 14 protest? How that was organized and the things that happened. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay. Sayo woto April 14 naman okay insita woto direct woto ngatiela odol.
I'm going to the April 14 incident.
Okay, sayo April 14 ko ketanyano.
How April 14 incident took place.
Lunkilin ndonde garaso to moto.
One day I was at the garage with my
sanka Burundi
because I bought a van which I usually drive.
So Ibrahim Solo Sunday.
Then Ibrahim Solo Sunday,
I won't call.
He called me.
Or Karang.
He said at that time he was either at Amdalai or Karang. He asked me, Fala, where are you? I said to him, I am at the garage. He told me, wait, I'm coming.
This Ibrahim Solo Sandem,
Ibrahima Solo
was
Sande
he also a politician?
afana mu politician woltuni
Fanamo politician. Yes, he was also a politician.
Which party did he belong to?
be num parti jumal to
Fanamo UDP, no? He was also a member of the UDP party.
Did he hold a position in the UDP?
laso ba bul na nge UDP
Hade? Yes.
What position?
What about youth secretary? No, attending organizing secretary to your place on the Diala. He was the then organizing secretary. But I plus Jamalo Mutabari Labanta on the Diala, organizing secretary. He held many positions before, but that was the last one which was given to him.
And having spoken to him, did you get to see him afterwards?
lan kabri na diam te na ta jelenu
Najela Natale, I enter Tata Kamba Fankatu Kabra Nata. Yes, I saw him because in fact it was me who went to pick him up. Kabra Nata Tata Kamala Motola. I took him and I drove along with him. Natata La Suokono. We went to his home. Kabrin Futataya. When we reached his home, Akonye Falam. He said to me, Falam, what you are saying, that's true. Allahumma salatu ya jametalala. Mere prayers will not remove liar here. Akonye sanyi nyanta menkela. Now what we should do, akonye ko arabalino. If I can remember, he said to me this Wednesday. I think maybe it might be a Thursday because he came on a Tuesday. Akonye ko sama. Tomorrow. We should go to Brikama and discuss electoral reform and look, this electoral reform we are talking about, we have to come out demonstration and organize a demonstration and show our displeasure. Because without doing that, you have written 4 years behind, they didn't even reply to us. I said to him, but I told you that. He said, yeah. He went to his home. He talked to me. He said to me, I'm just from Senegal, but I have some money. Now we will call people to come together and bring people out. Or so that on Thursday, we will come out and show our displeasure. I said to him, personally, me, I agree with you. And we called some others. We discussed with them. And what he wanted, we showed that to the people. Many people agreed to it. I said, okay, that's all right. After we discussed that, the following day we went to Brikama. We called some people there too. Those are members of the UDP. We discussed with them. They also agreed. After they are agreeing to the proposal, when we were leaving Brikama, when we came up to the point of their market, he told me we are going to buy new lines. We have bought 10 new mobile phones. That's why he bought some Africell SIM cards, lines. 10. He divided it between us. We the heads. Because why we did that, he said if Usaini becomes aware of this, he will not agree for us to come out. But let's buy new lines. We will be able to talk to each other. Our own lines, let's put them off. So that if he calls us with those old lines, he will not be able to reach us. So that whatever we want to do, we will be able to do that.
Which Usaini was he referring to?
Usaini Dabo, UDP Secretary General and Party Leader. He was referring to Usaini Dabo, the UDP Secretary General and Party Leader.
Proceed, please.
When we all agreed to that, we came to his home. But I told him, This inter-party that we organized to bring all the parties together. And I was the person who used to coordinate. I said to him, we shouldn't do anything in their absence. Let's inform them also, because we discussed with them the same thing, saying that we are going for a tour. And when we are coming, electoral reform, this electoral reform, we will try and make sure that it happens in the country. And we are going to demonstrate so that the whole world will know where we stand. After discussing that, we went to the NRP office, Hamad Ba's office. That time, that's why we usually do our meetings.
Minority leader.
With his member of parliament, he was the minority leader.
Deputy party leader.
Plus his deputy party leader. We were all there. On that day, when we reached that place, we were not at the place. But Solo told me that. He told me I will try and see them. And I will inform all of them. But the following day, which happened to be a Thursday, when we were ready to come out, we didn't see them. We went to Bamboo. We left Bamboo. We went to our bureau at Manjai. That's where we gathered. When we all met at Manjai, by that time we have already made our banners. And it was me, I used my vehicle to transport people. I brought people and dropped them at Tipagaras. Some agreed and boarded the vehicle. Some said they will walk by foot and go, they will not board the vehicle. When we reached the Tipagaras, we raised our banners. That's where we began the demonstration.
Did you apply for a permit?
No, we
didn't look for a permit.
Did you find it necessary to obtain a permit?
Did you
find it necessary?
We didn't even bother to look for a permit because we knew that they will not give us a permit.
Proceed, please.
Some said Tipagaras is far. Let's go to Bamboo and start the demonstration from there. Then we went to Bamboo. That's where we started the demonstration. At that time, Ibrahim Solo Sunday, he bought some bread plus buckets of mayonnaise. He placed them in my vehicle. And if I can remember, he bought some water also and placed it in my vehicle. Then I told them, wait, let me drive my vehicle and go and park at Westfield. Then I will come back on foot and meet you. And that's what I did. Myself with Logo Njai. If I can remember with Fatu Kamara. I said to them, let's go all the way to Westfield. If I park my vehicle, I will come back and meet these people and walk on foot towards Westfield. And I went to Westfield with my vehicle. Under the mango tree there, that's where I parked my vehicle. I locked all the doors. I went back. isa for Bartes Mafang around Serekunda Marso Mafang Namo and New Bentawol. If I can remember, I met with them around Bartes near the Serekunda market.
By saying you met with them, who are you referring to as?
When I solo sandenti anina UDP Nkolu katu pati kote molo manan tolda mala kento UDP Nkolu. I mean that it's solo sandeng plus our party members UDP, because the other parties didn't attend. It was only the UDP people who came out.
How many people are you talking about?
Well, at that time, I think we were up to 60 people who were around there at that time. Katu Birkama, Gunjur, Bato, Kunku, Sukutamon, Botabila, Bota, Nino Bota for Mandinari. Because I think from Brikama, Gunjur, Bato, Kunku, and other satellite villages, people came from those areas, plus Nogoinjai and other people who came from Gunjur.
You mentioned Nogoinjai. I take it that there were men and women among the protesters.
Nogoinjai fanan tofo wotonte batala ko musol ninkil da be balambaya ko.
Ha Nogo bota Mandinari no musol ninkil be ba ko. Yes, Nogo came from Mandinari. The demonstrators, we were composed of both men and women.
Proceed.
Continue.
Okay, so in Kabrin Nata for Bambo. So when we came all the way to Bambo, some decided to change, some changed their minds and went back home. Kabrin Sinobota Onyama Kabo Bambo Tambitani Serekunda police station Lakana for Westfield. So when we took up the road from Bambo, we came and passed Serekunda police station and headed towards Westfield. Myself personally, what I thought at that time, because in those days, in the country, many people were saying that, come out, if you come out for a demonstration, we will follow you. But what came to happen, when we were on the road talking, some were there who, when they come out and they look at us and see us, what they say, what they say in Wolof is that these people's relatives or families will never see them again.
What do you mean by that? What do you understand by that?
That means that we are already dead people. We are committing suicide.
Why do you know why they said that?
Because in those days, people disappear. Nobody knows how they disappear, especially people who came out to show their resistance. When we reached Westfield, I said to Solo, I said to him what people were saying on the road. Did you hear it? I thought that when we come out, people will follow us. But if people come out and look at us, did you hear what they said? Well, they are saying that we are people who are just people who are ready to commit suicide. He said to me, but wait, I am about to say something. After saying that, people will come out. And that time coincided with the 2 o'clock prayers. I said to him, but wait, I am going to pray and I'll come back. I went and performed ablution. After I prayed, I came back. When I came just in a short time, then that's the time when I saw Ablai San arrive there, a policeman. He came with a white pickup. He was with some young men on board that pickup. When they came, Ablai personally talked to me. He asked me, who are your leader? I said to him, Solo Sandem, that's him standing down there.
This Ablai, which institution does he work for, or did he work for at the time?
Doko bunda jumalto.
Police on. He's a policeman.
Stationed where?
No, Serekunda police station. I think he was then posted at the Serekunda police station.
Did you know him before?
Yes, I knew him before.
Proceed, please.
Sayin Kabra Tata Solo Kang. So when he went to Solo, Akabe Solo Sambala, he said he was going to take Solo away. Solo Kai Kontita. Solo said to him that I'm not going. Until Fanaka Solo Tita Dila. And he also said to him Solo is not going anywhere. Nabita Dano. Wherever he is going, we will all go together. When that happened, the people that came along with Ablai, we knew that they will not be able to take us away. Shortly, I think their commissioner, who happens to be Jason, he also came. He said we should allow them to take away Solo. He said to them, no, Solo is not going. Solo also told them, whatever my people say, that's what I will do. When that push and pull started, our banner which some young men were holding, they threw it away. So those young people ran away. I took up the banner. It was in my hand. I was standing. A journalist came. He asked me. By that time I was holding the banner in my hand. That's the person who took the picture of the banner and sent it to Freedom. That's the time when I saw Ablai Sane and Jason. They went towards the cooperative area and they stood there. But by that time they were communicating. Where I was standing near Solo, a person called Tofi, who happened to be our chairman at Manjai, Tofi Kanute, came and held my shoulder. He said to me, Falang. He told me, leave this place. When I raised up my head, I looked around and saw that people who were standing around, and we were very small there at that time. If I look around, I see some young people who were standing around Jacaranda. We were all part of the demonstration before. Some went and stood on the other side of the road. I realized that those people are just running away. Okay, Tofi went. A little bit later, he came back again. He held my shoulder. He said to me, Father, I told you to leave this area. I didn't say anything to him else, I just said yes. But by that time, in my mind, if I run, if I meet with Sonko, a former warrior, what am I going to say to him? And at that time, when they say there is a war and I run away, which means I have broken the bond. To die is better for me than that. That's where I stood. Shortly, I saw the paramilitary people arrive with their vehicle. They came running at high speed. When they arrived, some ran and even crossed to the other side of the road. But the para people ran after them. That was the time when they came and arrested all of us. They said we should board the big truck. I didn't resist. When they said we board the vehicle, I decided to board the vehicle. But when I sat, somebody was standing. He slapped me. I looked behind. Ukomi salo njumale ntume fadi.
So that I will know who slapped me.
Nkamfata jawki.
I became very angry.
Bari nogo ko ko dukare alamuta dua tuje.
Then Nogo said to me, no, beer, be patient, leave him alone.
Did you see the person?
Omari miyeklo buyajele.
Hanimman na marije.
No,
but I kuma ka omo from na moine.
I didn't see him, but the word he said, I heard that.
What did he say?
Akonyo ko ite fala wetele ko be mo telete.
He said to me, you Falang, you are the main cause of everything here.
Bari maje.
But I didn't see the person.
Man kuma fo.
I didn't say anything else.
Yen samba wala nyamanta yen bindi paral la dulato la korlato.
That's how they took us into the paramilitary compound.
How many of you?
Aton mojelu.
Na mera nga mo mo anu woro sinego.
I think we were about 26 people.
Inata solo fana samana ablay sane wala solo escort de nanata ni solo man bu moto kilo.
We didn't board the same truck with Solo, but later on Ablai Sane and others brought Solo inside.
Katu nogo njay kabrim mo de moto la ablay nata.
Because Nogo Njai, when we were at that meeting, when Ablai came,
Nogo ba foka ne man la fala ayem batandila eta.
Nogo was saying that we don't want him. He made a lot of trouble for us.
Ablay kay ko be juman la.
Ablai asked him, whom are you talking about?
Kay ko mbe ya jamme man tele ko man la fala eta.
Then Nogo said, I'm talking about Yaya Jamme. We don't want him. I'm saying that let him leave.
Ay modu ngom fana nyinin ka modu ngom kam fata bu ya jabi men na wala dimi.
He also asked Modungom, but the reply that Modungom gave him, that's what angered him.
Kabrim tata paralia.
When we went into the Paras compound,
Ndebe bun kiliro kono buba kiliro kono.
they put us all in the same big room.
Solo sanden.
Solo Sandeng,
Yo samba faye.
they took him alone apart.
Kabra meta.
After some time,
Ya samba mfe na bun kono
they
je.
brought him back to the same room where we were.
Nte konde salila.
I wanted to pray,
Katuna ya lansaro sitale.
because at that time I felt that it was around the 5 o'clock prayer time.
Ilaftamba nila pruna salije.
They wanted to stop me from praying.
Nko fonga mofa kuelke.
I said to them, did I kill a person?
Salo waltamba la wala ko.
You cannot stop me from praying.
Between salta bun kono je.
And I prayed inside the room there.
Yo solo samba na.
They brought in Solo.
Abe semberinte bala.
He was leaning near me.
Na miraula Inspector General Police nataje Yankuba Sonko wotu matele wotu.
I think Yankuba Sonko was the then Inspector General of Police. He came in there.
Mo jaman nataje.
Many people came there.
Wala mansakunda la multi.
And most of them, they were all government officials.
Ate Ablay Sane fana be njele.
Ablai Sane himself was there too.
Kabri nata.
When they came,
Ini solo tata banta.
they went out with Solo.
Ameta kotenke.
After some time,
Ya murundina.
they brought him back.
Sanyi ko.
Now they said,
Kabri Inspector General Police nata wale kata Yankuba Sonko ti.
when the Inspector General of Police arrived, who happened to be Yankuba Sonko,
Atele order di.
he gave the order.
Akonyo samba mile 2.
He said, let them take us to mile 2.
Bari namanan tawoto.
But before we went to mile 2,
Ablay ko.
Ablai said,
Solo Sandeng.
Solo Sandeng,
Anin Modungom.
and Modungom,
Anin Nogo Njai.
and Nogo Njai,
Akonyo samba NIA direct.
he said, let those people be taken to the NIA directly.
NIA officer do fana nata kantoraje.
And another NIA officer came and also met us there.
Ako kafubayo ko.
He said to Kafubayo,
Altol ke baba.
big men like you people.
Amere ko ka fo men Lamin biay.
If I can remember, he is somebody called Lamin Biai.
Akay ko mo wombo nan tujo ran faltulu.
He said people didn't come from Tujereng except you people.
Altol ke baba.
Big men like you.
Alkana alkabula nyen no kunta ol kono alkal lebe demonstration.
You come and join these foolish people saying that you want to do a demonstration.
Yo mo fulol fanata wonen kafubayo to anin Ibrahima Jabang.
That's the time they arrested those two people, Kafubayo and Ibrahim Jabang.
Ye bonin tol kono yani solo ni nogoy.
And they took them out of the group, and those people plus Solo and Nogoy,
Anin Modungom.
plus Modungom,
Yewol bonin kono.
they took those people from the group.
Ntolu wal manta nyola mile 2.
We didn't go to mile 2 with them.
Bari kabimbo kono.
But during that time,
Solo ko Ablay Sane ko.
Solo said to Ablai Sane,
Saman ayatonte na fawa adima dole nyambo soto na nyanta tala wolto.
because at that time one of his sons had a naming ceremony. That man who had a naming ceremony is the son of his elder brother, and I was staying with that man together. He gave money to Ablai Sane and gave him his younger brother's telephone number. Call him, and when he comes, give this money to him. I also said to Ablai Sane, that's my vehicle parked at Westfield. I want you to go and take that vehicle. I gave him my vehicle's key. Cooperative I told him, go and park the vehicle at our warehouse just behind the KMC. He said to me, I cannot take the vehicle to police station, but I can take it to the Serekunda police station. I said, okay, that's fine. I will tell my younger brother to come and pick it up from He himself gave me his own telephone. I called my wife and informed her to tell my younger brother, police station. Let him go to the Serekunda police station and ask for Ablai Sane. They will give him my vehicle. This is how we were made to board that truck, and we were taken to mile 2. We arrived at mile 2. When we just went into mile 2, I saw my vehicle passing by and heading towards Banjul. I said to them, but this is my vehicle. They are now heading to Banjul. From that day, I forgot myself. Because that vehicle is the means by which I use to sustain my family. Throughout our detention, towards the end, the lawyers told me, your vehicle is not a problem to us. Our intention is to make sure that you leave this place. That's how we left the affairs of the vehicle. They said they don't have time for the vehicle, they are thinking about me. But that day when we reached mile 2, they took all our statements.
Mr. Witness, are you suggesting that the statement taking took place at mile 2?
All our statements were taken at mile 2. And that was not once. And it just not a few people. If I can remember, up to 3 times they were taking statements from us at mile 2.
You are already, where in mile 2 were you taken?
Mile 2, you are some
Central prison, but when you went to some military confinement in Sambal.
Yes, at the central prison, but that day they took us to the military confinement.
Who took you to mile 2?
Mile 2.
Parallel Sambaje.
It's the paras who took us to mile 2.
By paras you mean the PIU?
PIU,
Yes, the PIU.
Do you know who was the leader of the unit?
To God, I don't know who was their leader.
When you arrived at mile 2, was any paper produced authorizing your detention?
Mile 2, kaito tandala miya tandiko atol albe detention olokono mutolokono.
I didn't see any piece of paper being prepared or handed to anybody. But I know that all our statements
were you informed of the offense that you committed?
No, they didn't tell us.
Did they allow you to get a lawyer?
On that very day, no. In fact, nobody is allowed to see us, much more to take a lawyer.
Were you allowed to contact your family?
No, that also didn't happen.
So in the meantime, how many days did you spend in mile 2 before you see the others?
sila ngo wato kono aletili jelle soto janding mile 2 jandal ballaw am mo ñol dol jela
ha lugo men futata mile 2 fenne dumbe kawala yembe natal. Well, the day we arrived at mile 2, placards were placed on our necks and hung on our necks, and we were and they took photos of us. Awo yemen dum tol kawala wato ngam dol yemen satane ko miaje ko yo dum kawala. Well, what some people told me later, the reason for hanging those placards on our necks was that what I was told later was that those people who were supposed to be executed are the people who they used to hang those placards on their necks.
Mr. Chair, seeing that it's 2 p.m. and prayers, this is the time for prayers, perhaps maybe we can take the lunch break now.
Sebo lead council ko wairi salwato sita talamfula nse kulu dandi jam folo hanfo salikola.
Fine, that's okay. Council, we are coming back with another witness, or are we staying with this one?
We play it by the ear. We will be with this one, and when we finish, we will see whether it is possible to take another witness or not.
Fine, we will take a lunch break and then come back at 3 o'clock sharp.
Thank you.
Meeting's adjourned.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want...
Yenyum kora bemba minja kanake Gambia jang. Sato dao da itata jenkamo de kafo kora award. Ama kaman tenkunno banko ka. Iko banko nyaton ko minketa Adama Baroti anala numonyo first lady. Yenyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka kenyaton ko. Amadou Kora wo fanambe jele ben. Ajarotu fatu Sonko bakaw. Kora mansa. Ni ajebe kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lon sabu Kora manke bi fenti.
Baraka.
Ha.
Ngoy batar la ben.
Mbeje ko dura anda mo be mele neti.
He baba.
Dalba.
Aho. Moro.
Bari biba ma diari mbakel.
Konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto.
Muto nyaade man nin kolko. Sila koto wakata sate koto.
Prince ko yatele mamanta nan entertainment. Wala be mbakela Senegal jane wori ka fo ne Kora awo. Kala purata ndi. Mbe korontoro kan ala kanam fa janni woni.
Yenyum Kora bemba minja kanake Gambia jang. Sato dao da itata jenkamo de kafo Kora award. Ama kaman tenkunno banko ka. Iko banko nyaton ko minketa Adama Baroti anala numonyo first lady. Yenyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka kenyaton ko. Amadou Kora wo fanambe jele ben. Ajarotu fatu Sonko bakaw.
Kora mansa.
Ni ajebe kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lon sabu Kora manke bi fenti.
Baraka.
Ha.
Ngoy batar la ben.
Mbeje ko dura anda mo be mele neti.